Capcom. Louder, Capcom. All right, thank you very much. All right, we're all awake here. My name is Francis Mao. I run events for Capcom, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the world of Capcom. We're going to be showing you some of the incredible titles we have coming up this and early next year, most of them which are available to, you can play down in our booth. And I'll also be introducing our esteemed guest panelists here. But first, let's take a look at what we have coming up. A lot of titles are coming from Capcom. So we're going to show you a little quick sizzle reel of what we got. Feel free to cheer for all your favorite games. Let's go to the video. Yeah, Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Resident Evil. Dragon's Dogma. Dead Rising 2 off the record.
I'm going to Uranus Zone.
More Street Fighter. Asura's Wrath. Fighter for the iPad and iTouch. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City coming out this November.
I guess playtime's over.
Yeah. Thank you. So first up, we have a very special guest, Hiroyuki Kobayashi, this producer of legendary games such as Devil May Cry 4, Resident Evil 4, all the way from Japan. And he's going to show, he's with Miguel Cordy, our translator, and he'll be sharing some insights into our brand new action-adventure game, Dragon's Dogma. Kobayashi-san.
はい、ではよろしくお願いします。
Hi, everyone.
今日はカプコンの新しいタイトルであるドラゴンズドグマを皆さんに紹介したいと思います。
I'm here to introduce to you Capcom's newest IP, Dragon's Dogma.
まずはトレーラーをお持ちしましたので、映像の方を見てください。
First, I have the trailer here to show you, so let's take a look at that.
The whole world's already gone mad for fear of this dragon. Won't no good come of this?
One by one! I'll launch you
Will O'Neill, the Arisen is always drawn to the dragon, as puppets strung in fate's own thread. The dragon is ever born anew into the world, and with it too, the Arisen. Don't you feel it? The very air dances around us. The long night is come. The dragon's reign at last begins.
The choice falls not to me, nor to the winds of fate. It is yours alone.
All right, thanks everyone for that.
改めましてこんにちは、ドラゴンズドグマのプロデューサーの小林宏之です。
And just to reintroduce myself here, I'm Hiroyuki Kobayashi, and I'm the producer of Dragon's Dogma.
今日はですね、カプコンですごい力を入れて作っています新作のオープンワールドアクションゲームドラゴンズドグマについてお話ししたいと思います。
And this game, Dragon's Dogma, Capcom's putting its full resources behind it, and this is Capcom's first open world game.
ドラゴンズドグマは3つのコンセプトを持ってます。
Okay, there's three guiding concepts guiding the development of Dragon's Dogma.
まずはオープンワールドとアクションの融合です。
The first is we're blending the elements of action gaming with an open world gaming style to create a whole new type of gameplay.
オープンワールドのゲームをやったときにですね、もっとアクションができたらいいなとか、今度はですね逆にアクションゲームをやったときにもっと、自由に歩き動き回れるですね、行動ができたらいいなと思ったことはありませんか？
I'm sure a lot of you out there, you've played open world games and you feel like, oh, I get to walk around a lot, but there's not much to do. Or you get to play action games and sure, you can go in a straight line and fight a lot of creatures, but you don't have the freedom to do things you want to do. I'm sure you felt like that before.
ドラゴンズドグマはですね、その両方を楽しめるゲームになっています。
So Dragon's Dogma seeks to bridge that divide and bring both those things together so you never feel that one of those elements is lacking.
2つ目にですね、ハイファンタジーについてちょっと話したいと思います。
All right, the second concept guiding Dragon's Dogma is the fact that we're making this a fantasy setting.
ですね、コンセプトであるこのコンセプトはですね、ドラゴンズ・オーバーでですね、美しい壮大な剣と魔法の世界を、自由に冒険するようなことができる内容になっています。
So what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring a real sword and sorcery world to the gaming platforms out there, and that one that you can go in and have great adventures on.
ですね、他の作品でいうとですね、ロード・オブ・ザ・リングや最近で言えばテレビドラマですかね、ゲーム・オブ・スロースのような本当のファンタジーの世界を感じてもらえるようになっています。
And when talking about realistic fantasy settings, two of the biggest influences in that realm probably would be Lord of the Rings, which everyone is familiar with, and recently what's become a big hit on TV is Game of Thrones. We're seeking to create that degree of realism in our game.
あと3つ目にですね、オンラインのコミュニケーションの、コンセプトが3つ目にあります。
Okay, and the third thing is we're developing new concepts and features for online and network play.
ゲームで出てくる AI キャラクター、ポーンによる、新しい指定システムはですね、ソーシャルネットワークのようなエッセンスを取り入れた新しいネットワークの遊びをドラゴンズ・ドグマでは提供しています。
So we're going to be using the AI-controlled pawns in this game, the pawn system in this game, and combining that with various elements of social networking. And we're going to bring those together in a whole new type of online network play.
続いてですね、なんでドラゴンズ・ドグマを作ったかって言いますと、これはですね、ディレクター、僕と一緒にデビル・メイクライ4をやったディレクターのいつのがですね、中学生の頃に、ファンタジーゲームとかファンタジーの本を読んでいて、こんな、ファンタジーの世界の冒険ができるゲームができないかと思って、考えていたものを実際実現しました。
Okay, so where did the idea for this come from? Well, the idea really came from the director of this game, Itsuno-san. And you might recognize his name because I worked with him on Devil May Cry 4. He was the director of that game. And ever since he was in junior high, he's always wanted to make a realistic fantasy-based game. Like, he really got into fantasy books and gaming when he was a kid. And so this was his dream to finally make a game of this level.
この壮大なファンタジーのゲームを、実際オープンワールドのアクションゲームで作るということが、本当にできるかっていう最初はそこに不安に思ってたんですけど、確実に今、実現に向けて進んでいます。
So he was always worried that he would never be able to create the proper mix of fantasy elements with an open world setting with the level of technology that we had at that time. But now he's convinced that this is the time to finally bring it out.
続いてストーリーについてちょっとお話したいと思います。
I'd like to just touch on the story a little bit here.
ですね、このドラゴンズ・ドグマの物語の始まりはですね、強大な先ほどの映像にあったドラゴンの襲来から、始まります。
Okay, the story begins, as you saw in the trailer there, when a gigantic dragon starts attacking everything in the land.
この世界ではですね、数十年ごとにですね、強大なドラゴンが、世界を脅かす、主人公がいる町を脅かしています。
Okay, so no dragons have been seen in this land for decades, and all of a sudden this big one appears out of nowhere, and he attacks the main character.
主人公はですね、その蘇ったドラゴンに立ち向かってですね、挑むんですけど負けてしまい、自分の心臓をドラゴンに奪い取られてしまいます。
So the hero of our story, he goes out to face this dragon and take him down. Unfortunately, he loses right off the bat, and the dragon rips his heart out.
心臓を奪われたですね、主人公はなぜか死なないんですね。死なないんですけど、ドラゴンにさらにですね、問いかけられます。真実を知りたければ私のもとに来いと。
So fortunately for him, having his heart ripped out doesn't kill him, but he doesn't know why yet. And the dragon has absconded with his heart, so he's chasing him down, trying to get it back. And he can hear the dragon talking to him inside his mind, saying, "If you want it, come to me."
でその主人公は当然ドラゴンを倒しに向かうんですけど、多くの人に出会ったり、冒険を得て、なぜドラゴンが自分の心臓を奪ったのかとか、なぜこの世界には自分のパートナーになるポーンという存在がいるのかっていうのを、物語で体験していきます。
So the hero takes up the challenge and sets out to get back his heart and kick that dragon's butt. And he goes after him, and he meets a lot of people along the way, including the pawns that are going to work with him. But these pawns are mysterious characters that inhabit this world, and they're going to join you on your adventure.
では続いてですね、このゲームの冒険をする世界について説明したいと思います。
All right, now let's talk a little bit about this open world concept.
ドラゴンズ・ドグマの世界はですね、非常に広大です。
All right, the world in Dragon's Dogma is big, very big.
モンスターたちがですね、息を引き染める、森とか、洞窟とかいろんなところに、行くことができます。
All right, and you can go anywhere in this world. You can go from forests, castles, caves, mountains, everywhere.
本当に見渡せるような平地だったり、時には、巨大な城が現れたりします。
And then sometimes you're traveling along the way, you find these big cities, these big castles in the distance, and you can go to them.
でいろんなところに行けるゲームなんですけど、この世界にですね、24時間の時間という概念があります。
All right, and in addition to being able to go anywhere in this game, we've also included an internal clock in the game. So the game world runs on a 24-hour cycle.
人々はですね、この現実と同じようにですね、生き生きと生活をして、いろいろ生活をしています。
So just like you guys live on a 24-hour clock, so the people in this game, they're going to be acting and doing things on a realistic timeline.
ゲームになる敵であるモンスターたちも同様に生活しています。
And that also applies to all the monsters and creatures in this game as well.
当然昼と夜では全然違ってまして、同じ敵でも夜になると、すごい手強い敵として登場したりします。
So you might meet some monsters out in the daytime, and they're not anything to worry about. You can brush them off, but at night they get really powerful.
ということは、その時間によってそのゲームの遊び方が全然変わるということです。
So depending on the time of day when you're playing this, well, in the game world, the whole game will change dramatically.
またですね、ドラゴンズドグマにはですね、魅力的なキャラクターが多数登場します。
And of course, there's going to be lots of interesting people, lots of interesting characters you're going to meet along the way.
彼ら彼女たちは時にはですね、主人公の冒険の助けとなったり、時には、主人公の謎を問いかけている、謎を導いていくような物語を導いていくようなキャラクターたちです。
Some of these people will help you along your way, and some of them will even help you solve the mystery as to what's going on, why this dragon is here, and what he's done with your heart.
先ほどがちょっと話したポーンについてちょっとお話したいと思います。
All right, you heard me mention a few times the pawn system in this game. I'd like to talk about that now.
主人公と共にですね、ポーンという AI キャラクターが仲間として旅をします。
Okay, the pawns are these AI characters that travel with you in your party as you go on your adventure.
ドラゴンズドグマは主人公と、仲間の3人のポーンと、ゲームを進めていきます。
Okay, so in your party you have you as the main player and then 3 additional pawns.
でこのゲームはですね、この 3人のポーンを、どういう編成するかによって戦闘とか、冒険の攻略が全然変わってきます。
And depending on what pawns you bring in your party, the way you fight, the way you take down enemies, and what you can do in this game will change.
例えばですね、火に弱い敵と遭遇、時とか、魔法が効かない敵に遭遇する時とか、いろんなその敵の条件によって、このパーティーの編成を変えて攻略することがゲームの、先に進む秘訣になっています。
So sometimes along your way you'll find some creatures who are very weak to fire, as some of them may be, and some that are impervious to magic. So you'll have to decide what pawns you want to bring in your party, who you think the best fighters are for each creature you fight.
魔法使いを入れとくもよし、パワフルな戦闘ができるファイターを入れとくもよし、それは本当にあなたのプレイヤーの自由です。
So if you want to put a bunch of mages, magic users in your party, that's up to you. If you want to bring along all the best fighters in your party, you can also do that.
はい、で自分になるちょっとメインポーンについてお話したいと思います。
Okay, in addition to the 2 support pawns, there's 1 main pawn that will be with you.
主人公も最初、ファイター、ストライダー、メイジで3つの職業を選ぶんですけど、メインポーンも自分がですね、好きな職業を選ぶことができます。
Okay, just as with yourself, you can choose from 3 classes, fighter, strider, or mage. You can also give one of those classes to the main pawn that's with you.
もし主人公がストライダーを選んでメインポーンがメイジに選んだ場合、そのメインポーンはですね、エンチャントによって自分に対して魔法でサポートしてくれるかもしれません。
So say you choose to be a strider and you make your main pawn a mage, he can help give enchantments to you that make you more powerful when you're fighting enemies.
で主人公自分が、メイジを選んだ場合、メインポーンをですね、ファイターにした場合はファイターとしてどんどん敵と戦っている間に自分が魔法を唱える時間を稼いでくれたりすることができます。
And so, for instance, if you want to be the mage and then you make your main pawn the fighter, then that guy is going to go out on the front line for you and try to hold off the monsters while you stay back and cast a bunch of spells.
でメインポーンはですね、本当に共にずっとゲームを共に歩むパートナーとして、どんどん成長することができます。
So this main pawn, he's your AI partner. He's going to be with you throughout this whole quest, and he's going to grow and learn and get better just as you do in this game.
はい、じゃあ職業についてちょっとお話したいと思います。今この出てる3つの職業が最初に選べる職業です。
All right, just talk a little bit about the 3 classes in this game.
はい、もう本当に見た目から分かるように、当然 ファイターは剣と盾を持っている攻撃的なタイプですし、ストライダーは、両手のダガーと弓矢を持っている、素晴らしいキャラクターであり、明治は魔法を使えるキャラクターです。
Okay, as you can just tell from their appearance here, the fighter is the big heavy swordsman character. The strider uses two smaller swords or dagger-like weapons, and the strider also can use bow and arrows for range attacks. And then the mage over on the left uses magic spells.
ではモンスターについて説明したいと思います。
All right, now let's talk about a little bit about the creatures in this game.
はい、プレイヤーとポーンたちに、襲いかかってくるクリーチャーたちですが、まずは最近発表したゴーレムですね。
All right, talking about the first creature, this one we just announced recently. This is the Golem.
ゴーレムはですね、邪悪な魔法の力で、命を含まれて作られた人工の、モンスターです。
All right, this is a man-made creature summoned to life by the dark arts.
すごい肉体的な攻撃もしてくるんですけど、巨大レーザーをですね撃って、プレイヤーを襲いかかってきます。
So he can use his fists and feet for really powerful physical attacks, but if you look on the top left there, he's also got a really powerful laser.
はい、これもちょっとざざっとモンスター紹介します。次、ゴブリンとグリフォンです。
Okay, here's some other enemies in this game. The goblins and the griffin.
実際カプコンのブースで体験できるんですけど、戦った方もいると思いますけど、ゴブリンでは本当に素晴らしっこい、小さいモンスターであり、グリフィンは巨大な大空を飛ぶ、鳥型のモンスターです。
If you stop by the Capcom booth, you can play the demo we have there, and you'll be able to fight these creatures there. The goblins are these little creatures, and they're really annoying. They like to come up to you, attack you in droves. The griffin is a big beast of a creature. He flies in, knocking down you and your party.
このゲームはですね、掴むというアクションができます。
Right? And one of the cool things you can do in this game is we have these special grab attacks.
ゴブリンだと担いだりすることができますし、グリフォンの場合は逆に自分がしがみつくことができます。
So, for example, the goblins, you can just pick them up, carry them around, or throw them around as you see fit, like little bags of sand. And then the griffin, you can climb up on him and fly up with him if you want.
グリフォンはですね、仲間の協力によって空中に飛んでいる時でも飛び乗ることができて、そして攻撃をして、仲間のもとに突き落として協力して攻撃するとより有効的に、倒すことができます。
So working with the people in your party, like one person can distract the griffin, the other one jumps up on top and starts attacking him in the air and tries to bring him down. As long as you work together, I think you'll be able to take him down.
はい、続いてですね、キメラとハイドラです。
All right, two more creatures over here, the Chimera in the top right, and the bottom left, the Hydra.
キメラも体験で遊んでもらった方もいるかもしれませんけど、上半身がライオン、下半身がヤギ、尻尾がヘビになってます。
Some of you might have fought against this Chimera if you played the demo at our booth. The Chimera, just like in traditional lore, is comprised of a lion, goat, and snake for a tail.
ヤギはですね、魔法を使ってくるので、魔法を封じるならヤギから攻撃したり、行動を封じるならライオンから攻撃してっていう形で戦略的にどこから攻撃するかはプレイヤーの自由です。
All right, the goat part of this Chimera uses magic spells himself, and then the lion is all about the fierce, close and personal attacks. So it's got a real mix of stuff that it can do. So it's up to you how you want to fight this thing.
左下のハイドラですね、首がいくつもある本当に巨大なモンスターです。
All right, the Hydra, just like the creature of legend, has multiple heads there and is very, very large.
首を切ることができるんですけど、再生するので、再生を防ぐためにあることをすると、一時的に生えてこなくなります。
All right, the Hydra, just like the creature from legend, if you cut off one of its heads, grows right back in place. But you can stop the heads from regenerating if you know your mythology.
はい、続いてですね、モンスター終わってですね、ちょっと職種業の話に戻りたいと思います。
All right, just going back to the classes in the game, I just want to expand on some of that.
先ほど最初に3つ職業を選べるんですけど、後々この6つの職業を選ぶことができます。
All right, I told you that in the beginning of the game you can choose from 3 classes, but as you make your way through the game, there'll be 6 additional classes that you can choose from.
順番にいきたいと思います。1つ目、ウォーリアーですね。体験を使用した強力なアクションをできる、ファイターと明治の、ごめんなさい、ファイターの極めた形になります。ごめんなさい。ファイターです。はい。
The warrior, as you can see there, he's a pretty strong fighter. So the warrior is the more advanced version of the fighter class.
でもう一つの職業、ミスティックナイトはですね、ファイターと明治の、混成の職業です。
Okay, the Mystic Knight is the combination of a warrior and a mage, so you gets to use some of the combination of both of those classes' skills.
はい、武器攻撃だけなく魔法も使える、職業になってます。
So you get to use weapons and magic for twice the fun in attacking.
はい、次はアサシンとレンジャーを紹介したいと思います。
Okay, just next page here, we got the assassin and the ranger.
はい、アサシンはですね、洗練されたアクションで多くの、戦闘スタイルの幅広く、アクションとして行えることができます。
The assassin's really cool because this is where a lot of the action really comes into play. The assassin has a lot of cool attacks available to him, and you can do things that most other fighters can't.
まあ、ストライダーを極めていくとアサシンになるということですね。
The assassin is the more advanced form of the strider.
レンジャーはですね、本当に大きな弓、持って遠距離攻撃、すごい遠くに攻撃することができる職業です。
And the ranger here has, you can see a really large bow there, so the ranger is really good for long range attacks.
はい、これはファイターと、ストライダーの、混成職業になります。
The ranger is a combination of both the fighter and strider classes.
続いてマジックアーチャーとソーサラーです。
Okay, and these two here are the magic archer and the sorcerer.
はい、マジックアーチャーはですね、当然、魔法を使えるメイジと、ストライダーの混成の職業です。
Magic archer is the combination of the strider and a mage.
でソーサラーは、メイジをより強力にして、いろんな魔法を巨大な魔法を使えるような、魔法のエキスパートです。
And the sorcerer, of course, is the really diesel version of the mage. So you can use some really powerful spells once you become a sorcerer.
ドラゴンドグマはですね、本当に職業ごとによって全くアクションとか、攻撃の技とか変わってきますので、本当にそれぞれの全く違うゲームのプレイヤーみたいになれる、遊びがありますので、いろんな職業を試してください。
So depending on what class you choose for your characters, the game completely changes. It'll become a whole new game as you change and go through these different classes. So I encourage you to try them all out because they all have unique features that make each of them worth playing.
はい、で最後になりますが、ドラゴンゾーマですね、本当に今紹介したのはまだまだ一部分です。いろんな要素がたくさん入っている、最高の、オープンワールドアクションを楽しめるゲームになっています。
All right, and just in closing, just to let you know, this is only just the tip of the iceberg in terms of information we have on Dragon's Dogma. As we get closer to the release date, we'll be releasing more and more announcements. This is a really fun, action-oriented, open-world game. I think you're going to enjoy it.
はい、2010年初頭にですね、PlayStation 3と Xbox 360で発売予定です。
So it's coming out early next year, early 2012, and it'll be available on PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360.
最後にちょっとおまけの情報で、カプコンブースでドラゴンズドグマ体験できるんですけど、体験すると先着で、僕が着てるこの T シャツをもらえますので、ぜひプレイしてください。
And if you come to the Capcom booth and you play this game, the first 150 people who play through the demo each day will receive one of these sweet shirts, available in different sizes.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you. Thank you, Kobayashi-san. Okay, moving right along. I'm proud to introduce you Kazuhiro Tsuchiya, producer of Asura's Wrath, with Marco Bombassi, our interpreter.
皆さんこんにちは、ここから、全く新しいドラマアクションゲームアスラズラースを紹介していきましょう。
Hello everyone, my name is Kazuhiro Tsuchiya. I'm the producer of Asura's Wrath, and I want to introduce to you a brand new action game called Asura's Wrath.
ではそれでは、まずは最新のトレーラーを持ってきましたので、みんなと一緒にここのスクリーンで見ましょう。
Okay, let's take a look at the latest trailer for the game.
You have already failed once at living. Asura, why have you come back? It is pointless to resist. You lost 12,000 years ago. Because of this, your existence threatens everything we have worked for. You are an evil that will throw our world into chaos. Your words are lies! I have told you. Your attacks cannot harm me. We are bringing salvation to Gaia.
A world like that is not worth saving! Who do you think you are?
God.
はい、では改めましてこんにちは、アスラズラースのプロデューサーの土屋和弘です、しばらくの間よろしくお願いします。
Okay, let me introduce myself again. I'm Kazuhiro Tsuchiya, the producer of Asura's Wrath.
Please next.
Next slide, please.
ではまずゲームの、コンセプトに、ついて今日は、まず最初に喋っていきましょう。
And first off, I'd like to start off by saying, talking about the concept of the game.
ですね、今回ですね、アクションゲームに最高のドラマ性を持ち込むにはどうしたらいいかということをすごくスタッフのみんなと考えました。
During development, we wanted to bring something new to the action genre, and we wanted to blend action and drama in a new way.
本当の意味でのアクションとドラマがシームレスに融合したゲームを生み出そうというふうに考えました。
We wanted to, with Asura's Wrath, we wanted to blend cutscenes and action scenes seamlessly throughout the whole game.
まず例えるならですね、アクションパートにカットシーンを載せただけっていうのが今までのゲームのスタイルだったと思うんです。
For example, a lot of previous action games, you have the action parts and then you have the cutscenes. And during the cutscenes, you can't really do anything. You put the controller down. But with Asura's Wrath, the action will never end.
アスラズラースではですね、まず魅力的なドラマをきっちりとまず作り込む。で、そこからですね、その上にそのシーンごとに合わせた最高のアクション体験を、シーンごとに載せていく。そういうふうにシーンごとの遊びを用意するっていうのがゲームとしてのコンセプトになります。
The way we've made the game is we started not with the combat system first, we started with the story. And with each scene, we thought of how we could make each scene, the action for each scene, really unique for the players.
はい、では次はドラマのテーマについて、説明をしていきましょう。Next, please.
We'll talk about the theme next.
このアスラズラースの主人公アスラはですね、かつて、世界を守っていた神様であった男なんですね。で、彼は、仲間からの裏切りを受けてですね、家族を奪われ、自分自身も殺されてですね、そして決して消えることのない怒りから1万2000年の時を経て現世によみがえった、そこから復讐を果たす復讐のドラマです。
So basically, this is a revenge story. Asura, the main character, he's a demigod in this world, in this alternate world, and he is basically betrayed by his fellow demigods. His wife is killed, his daughter is kidnapped, and he himself is killed. But because he has so much anger, 12,000 years later, he is resurrected and seeks revenge on all of them.
プレイヤーのですね、感情を揺さぶる非常にクオリティの高い演出と、とにかく破天荒なシチュエーションの連続がですね、かつてないドラマ性をゲームに持ち込むというふうに考えています。
The goal for the game, we wanted to bring, we wanted to immerse the players into the game in a way that they would be watching like a TV series, for example, like a serial drama, with a lot of over-the-top situations, a lot of highs and lows, a lot of cliffhangers. So you'd be, after you play one episode, you really be wanting to play the next one.
とにかく熱いドラマをプレイヤーがですね、自分の手で切り開く、ドラマを自分の手で切り開くっていうスタイルで、世界中のゲームプレイヤーが全く新しく楽しめる斬新な、誰にでも楽しめるドラマを用意しています。
So we want players to feel more like not they're playing an action game, but they're actually playing like a TV show. It's the kind of feeling that we want everybody to have.
では次は世界観と、ビジュアルについて説明をしていきましょう。
Okay, next I'll talk a little bit about the world setting.
アスラズラースの世界観はですね、アジアの、神話の世界観と、SF の要素をミックスさせた、それはまだ誰も見たことない全く新しい世界観を用意しています。
So when we thought about the setting, we wanted to bring something brand new, something that no one's ever seen before, and we combined Asian mythology with science fiction.
それをですね独自のアートスタイルで、まだ誰も見たことのない破天荒なシーンを描き出しています。
And on top of that, we've incorporated a unique art style to stylize our crazy over-the-top scenes.
皆さん今までのゲームでですね地球よりも大きな敵に素手で立ち向かうようなアクションゲームを体験したことがありますか？
Has anyone here ever fought a boss in a game bigger than the planet?
No.
Maybe no? No?
でこんなにもですね破天荒で巨大なスケール感を持った世界で戦えるのがアスラズラースです。ですのでアスラの世界で戦える日を、すごく楽しみにしていてほしいと思います。
So the scale of a lot of these battles in Asura are out of this world, literally in some cases.
Okay. Next.
はい、では次ですね、先月の、ロスで LA で行われた、E3 ショーではですね、多くのメディアさんから賞もいただきました。で2つの、アクションゲームに、贈られる賞と、5つの賞へのノミネートをもらっています。で全く新しいオリジナルのタイトルで、ここまで評価、してもらえたのは非常に光栄なことだというふうに考えています。
Last month at E3, we were fortunate enough to receive 2 awards and 5 nominations for the game, including Best Action Game, one of them there from GamePro. And we are, as a brand new game, brand new IP, we were very honored to receive such nominations and rewards.
Okay.
はい、ではもう、最後になってしまうんですけれども、カプコンブースにですねアスラズラースプレアブルで体験版を、置いていますので、ぜひ皆さんお時間いただいてですね、カプコンブースで、アスラズラースの世界をぜひ体験してみてください。
We invite all of you after to go to the Capcom booth and check out the Asura demo. You can play the demo there.
非常にですね私もですねコミックや映画やゲーム大好きです。皆さんも、ここに来ている皆さんもそれも同じものが大好きだと思います。
So I really like manga and comics and anime myself, so it's really great to see all of you here. That we have that in common.
コミックのような、破天荒さと、ドラマ強い、テレビドラマシリーズのようなドラマ性を持ったこのアスラズラースはですね、コミコンに来ている皆さんにはですね絶対にこう好きになってもらえるゲームだというふうに確信をしています。
I definitely think that all of you who are interested in comics and TV shows and anime and everything will really enjoy Asura's Wrath when it comes out. So please look forward to it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tsuchiya-san. And last but not least, I'm proud to present Jason Lee, executive producer of Dead Rising 2 Off the Record.
Hi, everyone. Hi, my name's Jason Lee. I'm from Capcom Vancouver, and I'm here to present Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. I think I've got to go quickly through this, so please be patient. You can go to the next one. So first off here, we're going to take a look at a new movie that we put together for the game.
I've covered wars, you know. I've spoken with presidents, and I have chased down stories from one end of this earth to the other, son. And all anybody wants to hear about, all anybody wants to talk about, are the dead and the damned, and the crap I had to go through at Willamette. We'll take a good look, boy. See what I had to do. See what I had to see. And what I had to fight for a great photo. And when you're done looking at all that killing, you just remember one thing. It ain't over. Frank West is back in the game.
That's super cool. We can move on to the next one, please. And this is a trailer that we put together showing off the demo that we've got on the floor downstairs.
I'm going to Uranus Zone! Hello? Line is not going anywhere. Coming through. What is it, Stacy?
Frank, I've been trying to reach you for hours. There's a guy here.
Let me guess. Guy stuck in a store, 12 zombies around him, needs a piggyback to the safe house. Well, I guess playtime's over.
That's cool. That shows sort of the humor that we go after with the Dead Rising franchise. So this game actually began life as a director's cut, but very quickly, due to reaction from the fans, from you guys, became a reimagining of the Fortune City Outbreak in Dead Rising 2 with Frank West. You can see Frank's back, his humor's back, his sort of cocky swagger's back, and we're really proud to bring this game to you fans. So Frank's back, like I said. Fortune City is still the venue of the Outbreak, but we've actually expanded it. So we've added this new cool theme park called the Uranus Zone. Lots of new gameplay in there, rides, carny games and so on, lots of new weapons that we've added. And of course, with Frank coming back, we had to bring back Frank's camera. The world of Fortune City is so lush already with the malls and the casinos and so on, and now with the theme park, that having Frank's camera and being able to capture all of those sort of horror, brutality, funny, and erotica moments to get PPs is an awesome way to level the character up. And overall, this is an upgraded experience. So we've taken a lot of the sort of reaction to the original game from the press and from the fans as well, and gone after things like load times, boss difficulty, also added in tons of new weapons, clothing. You saw a new vehicle in there, lots of new combo weapons. It was really important for us to really go over the top with this game and give you guys something that you would love to dive into as the next extension in the Dead Rising franchise. And we've got a couple cool announcements too with Comic-Con. Is that?
We're going to show the next two slides, and we have to stop, unfortunately. Yeah.
Sure.
So right there, we're going. Go ahead.
Yep, we've got a partnership with IDW Comics. We've got a comic coming out in October. We've done signings on that the last couple days. That was a great honor for me.
Good.
There's the cover. Hopefully, you got a poster. If not, maybe you can bribe someone downstairs at the booth to get one. And also, as part of a fan contest, we had a new combo weapon actually put in the game. This gentleman beside me is not my translator. He is actually goes by the handle Vile Method, and he came up with the idea of this weapon that went into the game.
Let's go. Yeah, we got the.
So this is a sledgehammer combined with a car battery.
Just come on. Okay, come on.
with a cool area attack. And it sounds awesome if there was sound.
Okay.
Another quick thing, we have an exclusive pre-order offer through GameStop, and this is a cosplay DLC clothing pack that's going to be available if you pre-order the game, and there's some cool gameplay benefits that you'll get with that.
Okay. All right.
And a bonus unlockable, so if you played Dead Rising 2, if you have a Dead Rising 2 save file on your system, and you play this game, the game will recognize that and will unlock Chuck's jacket for Frank West.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, because we are running out of time, come on down to the Capcom booth where you can play this game for yourself. Thank you very much for your attention, folks. Have a good rest of Capcom.